Hey, Dudes and Dudettes, Mr. Theorist here, and I know this video is literally out of nowhere, but those of you that know me, I've been with the channel for a bit, know that I'm a massive Kingdom Hearts fan, and I wanted to give you kind of my 2 cents on this whole Luxu brain theory from Union Cross. So there's loads of theories out there, but I've not really seen one that's actually talking about how Luxu has Brain's face, or really delving into it, or did Luxu take Brain's body. This is what the video is about. It's about what I think Luxu did, and really it's kind of gives a good explanation how Luxu's power works, his body hopping ability. So I'm going to, this is my theory on basically that. I'm going to let this bit play out, so in case you didn't know, spoiler warning, it is spoilers for the ending of Union Cross. We're going to watch this small part of the ending, and so you can understand. It looks a bit confusing, and then we're going to give you my idea of what I think is going on. So, those of you that don't know Union Cross, but kind of want to know anyway. So the guy you're going to see on screen, who in the black cloak, he is the Luxu character. We've never seen his face before. We've got to bear that in mind. So this is the first time we're going to see his face. But as you'll notice between this and the next bit that comes after, it's a bit confusing. So we'll just watch. So I say this guy here, this is Luxu. And this is taking place in a long time ago. Loads of stuff happens. Play the Union Cross game, or watch one of the many videos that have the whole catch up for it. Union Cross's storyline is really awesome. So yeah, it says here, "May my heart be my guiding key," and then takes off. Goddamn adverts. Go away. Go away. Why is it even... Right, go away. Sorry about that. So yeah, we've got this bit. He reveals his face, and everyone that's played the Union Cross game goes, "This is Brain. What? Does that mean that Luxu's took Brain's body? What's going on?" Then it happens here, and then we get this reveal. Now this is somewhere totally different. As you can see, it's not a desert. This is a place called Scala ad Kylum, and it turns out this is a place, as you can see here. Let's pause it here. Don't need any more of it. That's the same face as the guy in the black cloak. Now, if you know Union Cross, you know distinctly they are very different characters. One is Luxu and one is Brain. There's no way they are the same person, and he's just in a different outfit at this point. So many people are saying Luxu took Brain's body. Okay, yeah, makes sense. But if that's the case, then how come Brain is here then, and Luxu has Brain's body? We would assume, anyone that kind of understands the brain hopping ability, is that he takes the body for a while until he doesn't need it anymore. So for whatever reason, Luxu needed to take Brain's body. Or maybe he didn't need to, and he's figured out it's kind of... He can use it in positive ways. I'll explain a bit. We'll go back a little bit to... Where are we going? We are coming back to... It's a bit further than this. Big massive reveals. No, it's further back, isn't it? Here. Right, as you can see here, see if we keep going a bit. These two have conversations, so clearly they're not the same person. This is the Luxu and Brain. They're having a conversation here about the world being destroyed. And Luxu basically says to Brain, see if we can find it. He talks about how the way they can preserve each other, it's a bit unstable. So Brain could find a way to survive, but Luxu basically says how... asks if he has a plan. Oh, we missed it. It's just there. It is unfortunate to think your life will end here, is what Luxu says to Brain. Now, if that's the case, then it makes it sound like Luxu would like some way of Brain surviving. So what if it is that what Luxu's power can do is that when he takes someone's body, there's like a positive to it. Maybe the person whose body he takes doesn't actually die, but the heart's kind of go into a slumber. We know it's a thing that happens in the Kingdom Hearts. half the time you're not even actually dead. So, yeah. So what I'm thinking is that Luxu says to Brain in this moment, obviously Nomura hides it from us, so of course we're not going to get this reveal till probably 3 games later. But I think what he says to Brain here is, look, I have this ability where I can take someone's body and their heart goes into slumber. Maybe it says slumber inside the heart. I then live out what I need to in your body, and then when your body is too old and I have to body hop again, your body and heart will be rejuvenated into what it was when I took over. So that's what I'm saying. I think the way Luxu's power works is that when he body hops, he preserves the heart of the person who he body swaps with, and then when he outlives the body, he can't use it anymore. Maybe he has to live out the whole body's lifetime, or maybe he can hop at any point. But the minute Luxu, the essence of Luxu, leaves the body, the original owner of that body's heart returns, and it rejuvenates them to that point of when Luxu inhabited them. And I think that's why in that end part, we see, let's find it again, here, where the way that the scene opens is that it opens up with Brain's eyes opening. Brain's confused on where he is. This is clearly Scarlet Adkylum. As it's stated, it's sometime later because we know that another character that was at the point of where the game was ending, he built this place. So it's some time between Brain turning up here and Scarlet being built. So it's clearly a long passage of time. Now we know that you can use the arcs to kind of body jump through history and stuff, but unless you're using that kind of method, you can't just travel through time. Shenanigansy thing. And if you have I'm not even going to go into the whole time travel thing. There's many YouTube videos that explain the Kingdom Hearts time travel thing. I'm probably going to do it in the future, but for now I'm not going to really explain it. It's quite confusing, but everything we know, there is no way Brain could have turned up here. Brain did not take a life pod, so therefore he could not have time travelled. So how is he in a perfectly built Scarlet Adkylum at some point in history? It's clearly a different Scarlet Adkylum from what we saw in Kingdom Hearts 3. So how did he end up here? Now I reckon what's happened in this moment, just before he has woken up, is Luxu has dropped out of his body. So now he's rejuvenated back to himself. He has no memory of the past 70, 80, maybe even longer. We don't know how long Luxu can survive in a body for amount of time. And now he is waking up. And I think that is how Luxu has the same face as Brain, and they've both got their different endings, and Brain is confused at being in Scarlet Adkylum. I don't think he is like transported here. I don't think it's a case of like, oh poof, he's appeared, just like Larium and probably Skull, whoever she turns up being. I think what happened with them, they took life pods and stuff, so they're going to poof and appear at some point in history. I think he was actually just asleep here because Luxu just left his body. And he reforms back to his younger self. That's why there's no age difference either. Like, it's not even that... Because even if this would be like Luxu held onto the body for a bit and then dropped him. Like, what? I think Luxu held onto Brain's body. Brain's heart slumbered. Luxu now goes, okay, it's a safe point. I can now body hop. Hops out of Brain's body. Brain's heart returns to the point of him looking the same age as he did when Luxu was talking to him. And here he is. I don't think he's teleported here. Not in the same sense. Anyway, I think this is literally Luxu just left his body. And he's just woken up. Because his body was already here. And I think that's also why this bit of dialogue here, where he's just talking to him casually, he's like, are you Brain? Like, because if he's waiting, because this whole conversation here, yeah, here, he knows it's Brain's hat. He knows that there is a person who's meant to look a certain way. Seems that we weren't mistaken. And you are, like, they're not mistaken. They know exactly that this is what Brain would look like. Like, the Book of Prophecy might have his picture, but we're assuming that might be the reason why he knew he was here, is because of the Book of Prophecy. But what if it's not? What if this character here, we find it is Sigurd, just had a conversation with the same body, maybe older though, probably, but a different person inhabiting Luxu, who was like, look, this guy, I'm going to wake up in a few minutes. I'm not going to be me, who we've spoken to for a while now. I'm not going to be Luxu anymore. I'm going to be someone called Brain. Probably, he might want his hat. Can you... It's a black hat. Actually, take the hat and give it to him. And kind of help greet him. He might be a little disoriented and confused, but I promise you it's not me. And I think that even might be a conversation we see at some point in the future. Maybe even in Dark Roads, we see Brain is going to appear in Scala or something. If this might turn out to be the same point in history, I don't think it is though. Architecture wise, this looks more steampunk Victorian, as in the other ones like windmills and hanging carts thing. So very different point in time. Yeah, that's what I think, guys. Is Luxu preserved Brain's body until a point where he didn't need Brain's body anymore, or that he thought that Brain was then safe. Brain has then re-inhabited his body, and he returns to the age he was when Luxu took him. And I think that's how it works. So that is my 2 cents on what I think is going on with the Luxu Brain shenanigans. I hope this theory was fun and understandable for you guys. And if you want more, let me know, and I will start making more content again. I want to try and do this for you guys. So until next video, guys, hope you enjoy, and I'll see you later. Bye!